everybody. This is Bob Delaney welcoming you to another game in the 14th straight year of Yankee baseball, as brought to you by Valentine. Well, Allen, Phil Rizzuto, Red Barber are all set to bring it your way. This broadcast, like all Yankee broadcasts, comes to you by courtesy of P. Valentine & Sons and the Atlantic Refining Company and your neighborhood Atlantic dealer, in cooperation with Sports Network and by authority of the Yankees. A look at the field tells us it won't be long before the cry of play ball, but you've still got time to get yourself a tall, foaming glass of the crisp refresher, Valentine beer. You know, Valentine's the light beer with the true lager flavor, and that's what makes it the crisp refresher. No wonder Valentine's the largest selling beer in the East. And now, shortly, we'll have the starting lineup for you, so settle back and enjoy baseball and Valentine beer, the crisp refresher.
Frank Umont thumbed Al Lopez in a game at Yankee Stadium recently, and we were talking to Al in the dugout a little while ago. He said he's been thumbed out of one game since. He said, though, in that particular instance, he was sitting on the bench. Somebody hollered out the umpire, and the umpire hollered back into the bench, and several of them were hollering at the umpire. It turned out the umpire had warned Lopez to keep quiet. So Al kept hollering, and he got the thumb. He went out and asked him what happened, without any fiery display of any kind. And that's when he found out the umpire had warned him. It is a clear but cool evening in Chicago. It rained during the night here, and the afternoon, though a very pleasant one, and sun's out nice and bright. Yet the temperature tonight has gone down to about 60 degrees, 64 degrees, something along. It's 64 now. The White Sox break out of their dugout and take the field. And right now, our national anthem. Pierce walking out to the mound. Billy making his 12th appearance of the year, has won 5 games and lost 2. It'll be his 3rd start against the Yankees. He was not involved in the White Sox, however, won both of those games. Staley, in relief, in both instances, was returned the victor. Pierce worked against the Yankees June 6th and worked 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, and just 1 run. The White Sox went on to win it 3-2. In his last start on June the 11th, Pierce beat the Red Sox 8-4, beat Jerry Casale. And so we're all set to go with Bobby Richardson, Hector Lopez, and Mickey Mantle coming up. The Yankees will be home on Monday night, the 27th of June, with the Los Angeles Dodgers for the benefit of Sandlot Baseball. Then Kansas City will be there Tuesday night, the 28th, Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, the 29th and 30th, with the Tigers in for the weekend of Friday night, July 1st, Saturday afternoon, the 2nd, which is a ladies' day, and a doubleheader on Sunday, the third. Bobby Richardson steps in a hitting position. Bobby batting 207. Billy Pierce into the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game. Curveball over, strike one. Nothing in one the count. The one-strike delivery on its way to the right-hand batter. Swung on, a ground ball hit to short. Up with it is Aparicio. The throw to first in time. And there's one away. Bobby Richardson grounding out short to first. Aparicio to Severs. Now Hector Lopez. Batting .311. He's had 3 for 14 in his last 3 games. The pitch to Lopez is low and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield playing straight away. Minosa in left, Landis in center, and Smith in right. Pierce delivers to Hector, who swings and fouls it back. Tried to time a let-up curve. Frank Rossetti coaching at third, Ralph Houck at first. Priest at third, Aparicio short, Fox second, Severs first, and Lawler catching. Now the pitch. Fastball is high. A 2-1 count on Lopez. Billy Pierce starts the windup. In comes the pitch. High for ball 3. 3-1. Another fastball. Good crowd out tonight. The White Sox have won 2 in a row. The Yankees had a 7-game winning streak snapped last night. The A's beat them for the first time this season. Now the 3-1 pitch on its way to Hector Lopez. Swung on, hit the third. Line drive. Priest grabbed it for the out. We had to wait for... Charlie Berry went up with a hand to indicate that he had caught the liner. Priest threw on over to first anyway, but it was not necessary. 2 down, and here's Mickey Mantle. Mantle hitting .258. 2 men away in the first inning. Into the windup, and the pitch to Mickey. Curveball is swung on. It's a high fly ball in the left center. Minnie Minosa moves over under and makes the catch, and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of the first half of the first inning, New York nothing, and Chicago coming to bat. And in the first, it'll be Aparicio, Fox, and Minosa coming up against Art Ditmar. Now, use your imagination for a minute with us, if you will. Let's say you've been to a ball game. On your way home, you pass a friendly tavern. You say, I think I'll have myself a beer. That's a pretty good idea. But before you do, remember this. To really refresh you, a beer must offer lightness plus flavor. Well, when you stop off, what do? You make the 3-ring sign. We sure hope you do anyway. And so you best ask the man for Valentine's. And that's where a game of imagination ends, because once you order the Crisp Refresher, you're in for real, honest-to-goodness beer-drinking pleasure. That's because Valentine gives you both lightness and flavor. It's the light beer with true lager flavor. That's why folks call it the Crisp Refresher. So after the game or anytime, ask the man for Valentine. Enjoy the Crisp Refresher. Remember, from Maine to Florida, Valentine is the largest selling beer in the East. Louis Aparicio steps up. He's had 5 out of his last 14 at .357 average, while hitting overall on the season .258. complete. Boyer shortens up at third. Art Dittmar ready to work. The right-hander has a record of 4-3. His pitch is in there for a strike. Dittmar's 13th appearance, 5 of which have been in relief roles. He beat the Indians 4-3 in his last start, June the 10th. The one-strike pitch. It's high, ball 1-1. Art started against the White Sox on May 8th. A game that the White Sox won in extra innings, and Fred Kipp, then with the Yankees, was charged with the defeat. The 1-1 pitch, curveball outside. Ball 2, 2-1. The next delivery, swung on, hits the third on a hop. Boyer throws on over to Skowron, and Aparicio is retired. Third to first. Now Nelson Fox, hitting .274, had 3 for his last 12. Art Dittmar from Springfield, Massachusetts. Also claimed by Pittsfield. 6'2" right-hander gets the sign, swings to the windup, and the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. Boyer shortens up at third. The delivery changeup is looped foul to the left of the plate, out of play. Strike 2, 0-2. Tony Cuccinello coaching at third, and at first base, Don Gutteridge. Lopez in left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. Boyer third, Kubek short, Richardson second, Skowron first. Howard catching, Dittmar pitching, and Nelson Fox takes high and inside for a ball 1-2. Crowded him with a fastball. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fox swings and grounds it foul down the first baseline. Bob Shirley will be pitching tomorrow afternoon against Early Wind. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Fox. He swings and grounds it. A great backhand stop by Boyer, and the throw in time for the out. He had a hard grounder down the third baseline. Boyer broke to his right, backhanded it, and took a possible 2-base hit away from Nelson. Now Minnie Minoso. Minnie is batting .310 on the season. Dittmar's delivery, low outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch to the right-hand batter. Swung on, the bat goes flying down third base. The 1-1 count. Minnie took a real good cut at the ball. The bat went flying out of his hand all the way down to the third base coach's box. 1-1 the count on Minoso. Dittmar ready. Swings into the windup. In comes the pitch. Change up is hit to third. Up with it is Boyer. The throw to first in time. There's a hard smash. Handcuffed him for a moment. end of the first inning. New York nothing and Chicago nothing. Looking now at the scoreboard in the American League, the Red Sox lead the Indians 3-1 at the end of 4 innings. Sullivan against Hawkins. Ted Williams hit his 500th Major League homer in the 3rd inning with 1 aboard. He joins a select list. Mel Ott hit 511 in his Major League career. Jimmy Fox, 534. And the Babe, of course, 714. Baltimore, Detroit. It'll be Jerry Walker against Frank Larry. Washington, Kansas City, no report. In the National League, Chicago at Cincinnati, Grabowski and Newcomb will be the pitchers. St. Louis and Milwaukee, Klein and Brunette. No report on the 2 coast games. In the first half of the 2nd inning, Roger Maris leads off for New York. Elston Howard on deck and Bill Skowron to follow. That he thought his team now is about to get straightened out and ready to make its move. And, of course, this is a crucial series for both teams. Billy Pierce delivers to Roger Maris, low outside for a ball. Maris hitting .346. Pierce delivers, low ball, 2-0. Smith is playing over toward the right field line. Landis shaded a little to right center. Minosa well over toward left center. The 2-0 pitch on its way. In there, strike 1, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's to the windup. Here's the pitch, and Maris swings and misses. Strike 2, 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery on its way. Swung on and fouled back out of play into the upper deck. Lawler, the battery for the White Sox. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a liner into deep center. Landis gets back and makes the catch at the running track. 400 feet away from home plate. Made him hit straight away. 1 away. Now coming up is Elston Howard, hitting .267. Maris got real good wind on the ball, but hit it straight away right at Landis. They had to go back a bit. Elston up there, that's Fred Stantz. Pierce's overhand pitch is in there. Strike 1, fastball. Outfield plays him straight away. Ellie's got good power pulling and good power hitting the opposite field. Pierce's pitch swung on, lined into left center field, and it's in there for a base hit. Beautifully cut off by Landis to hold it to a single. He utilized his speed beautifully, raced into the gap to make a glove hand pickup of the ball. It looked like a sure 2-base hit at least when it started out. And there you have a prime example of the importance of speed utilized for defensive purposes, preventing a runner from getting in the scoring position. And now coming to bat is Bill Skowron, hitting .296. 1 out, 1 on. Billy Pierce to the stretch. The delivery in there. Strike 1. In this game, a step, an inch can make all the difference in a ball game. Pierce's delivery up high. Fastball. The count's 1-1. Gene Freeze, well over towards the third baseline. Aparicio, way over into the third base hole. Fox shaded towards second. Severs stepped in behind Howard. Pierce ready. And the pitch. Inside, up around the shoulders. 2-1 count. Moose is the same kind of a hitter as Howard, in the sense that both have good power to all fields. Two and one the count. And the delivery. It's inside for ball 3, 3-1. Skowron steps out, has a look at Cressetti. See if there's any play on here. Sometimes the manager will order a take sign, but Moose probably will be swinging if he likes it. In other words, he's on his own. The stretch, a check to the runner, and the pitch. Swung on, it's a high fly ball into short left. Minosa comes spread eagling in and makes the catch. That ball is way up into the air. 2 down. And here's Fleet Boyer batting .224. No score, second inning. Al Lopez now is moving Minnie Minosa over toward the left field line a little more, playing him way over to the line, and he's trying to get Landis to move a little more to left center. Check of Howard. Here's the pitch to Boyer. He swings, and there's the drive gone to deep left field, and that ball is going down into the left field seat for a home run for Fleet Boyer. And down in the Yankee dugout, of course, they have these rockets here, you know, that go off, and the Yankees are lighting sparklers. The Yankees are lighting sparklers in the dugout to greet Boyer. They've got their own fireworks. There's Casey Stengel, and all of them have got sparklers in the dugout. And the crowd's giving them a hand. They lit sparklers in the dugout, and they're really going. And listen to the crowd. They're getting some applause. Casey walking around with his sparklers, moving around and about. You know, they have the rockets here on the scoreboard. When the home team hits a homer, those rockets go off in the fireworks and they light up like a pinball machine. Here now is Tony Kubek. Takes it outside for a ball. So the Yankees injected just a touch of humor into the situation. They had the sparklers ready. Now the pitch to Kubek. It's low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. The fans got a kick out of it, and in a good sportsman-like manner, they applauded the stunt. Here's the pitch. Tony takes the strike. 2-1. You almost didn't get the sparklers lit in time, though. Now the delivery. Swung on, hit back over the pitcher's box out to short. Barehanded attempt by Aparicio failed. Couldn't pick the ball up, and Kubek is safe. And it scored as a base hit. Art Dittmar will be coming up. Fleet Boyer getting his second homer, driving in his 9th and 10th runs. For those who may not have known, Bill Beck on the scoreboard has set up some rocket-like appurtenances, and when a member of the home team hits a homer, the fireworks go off, and the whole scoreboard lights up, just like a pinball machine will when you hit. But never for the visiting team, so just for a gag, the Yankees had some sparklers ready in the event one of them hit a homer. And of course, Porter just did. Fans here in Chicago, they were very sportsmanlike about it. Dittmar fouled it off, recognizing the humor involved, and they got a big buzz out of it and applauded. You know, they could have taken it the other way and booed, but they didn't. Here's the pitch to Dittmar. Swings and misses. good to have a sense of humor in the midst of intense competition. Pierce delivers to Ditmar, and it's low for a ball, 1-2. That was funny. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off. You should have seen Casey. He grabbed his Parker. He was having a great time. It probably would have had even greater effect had a member of the White Sox hit a homer first and that thing gone off, and then this happened. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Sides retired. For New York, 2 runs, 3 hits. There were no errors, 1 man left on. And at the end of an inning and a half, the Yankees 2, the White Sox nothing.
To be crisp, there must be ice every night. With 2 lager flavors, precisely right. Lively cold and crystal clear, the crisp refresher. Found on Valentine's Day. Hey, get your cold beer. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your cold beer. Get your ice cold Valentine's beer. Get your ice cold Valentine's beer. Get your ice cold Valentine's beer.
It's the last half of the second inning. Roy Seaver's hitting 4th in the order. Leads off. Gene Priest on deck, and Al Smith to follow. Now, after the little Sparkler incident, if a White Sox player hits a homer, they're really going to roar out here. Art Ditmar ready to work. Here's the pitch. Low outside for a ball. Seaver's had 4 out of his last 8 at bats. The pitch outside. And 2 of his 4 hits have been homers. Outfield, of course, plays into pull in center and left. Maris just a little bit off the straightaway right. Boyer right on top that third baseline. Tubeck way over. Ditmar's pitch in there for a strike. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Misses the outside corner. Ball 3. 3-1. A 3-1 count on Roy Seavers. Now the 3-1 pitch. High for ball 4, and Seavers walks to open the last of the second. That brings to the plate Gene Priest, batting .268. Priest has had 6 hits in his last 12 times at bat. Ditmar to the stretch, and the pitch. Swung on, missed, strike 1. Priest took a good cut. Got out in front too quickly. 0-1. Ditmar checks Seavers. Here's the pitch. Curveball outside. 1-1. Ditmar's next pitch is bunted foul. The left of the plate. Strike 2, 1-2. Gene was bunting for a base hit. He had Boyer backbeat. A 1-2 count. You know, we have really run into extremes in weather on this trip so far. Kansas City, Chicago, from about 85 down to about 50. And it's been going back and forth that way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is swung on. A ground ball hits the Kubek over to Richardson for 1. Back to first, too late. Force out at second. Kubek to Richardson. Freese has good speed. Easily beat the relay to first. The ball is not too hard hit. 1 on, 1 out. And the batter is Al Smith, hitting .316. Smitty's had 4 hits in his last 13 at bat. Right-hand hitter. Gene Freese on first, 1 out. Art Ditmar's pitch swung on, fouled off, back to first, out of play. 0-1 the count on Al Smith. Sherman Lawler on deck. They give Smitty a lot of room in right center. Freese leads away from first. As the pitch swung on and lined out into left center for a base hit. Lopez takes the ball. Freese stops at second. The throw goes back to Kubek. Smith gets the first hit off Ditmar, a single to left center. And here now is Sherman Lawler, batting .271. Freese on second, Smith on first, and 1 out. Yanks 2, Sox nothing, last of the second. Art Ditmar to his stretch. There goes the Freese to third. The ball hit to Sawyer, steps on third for 1, throws to first high, but in time. With the runners breaking, the ball was hit. Sawyer grabbed it right at the bag with Freese bearing right down on him, sliding. And as a matter of fact, Freese bumped him as he tagged, as Boyer was tagging third. But he still had time to throw on to first to double up Lawler. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. At the end of 2 innings of play, the Yankees 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. The White Sox, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We pause for station identification.
Quality Modern, WOKO 1460, and everybody's radio dial here in the capital city of Albany, New York. From the WOKO newsroom, here's the weather bulletin issued by the United States Weather Bureau in Albany at 8 p.m. A few severe thunderstorms may occur through the interior of southeastern New York between now and midnight, with a possibility of 3/4-inch hail and wind gusts.
The Yankees will be home on the night of the 27th with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
New York Yankee-Chicago game.
Bobby Richardson in the leadoff spot. At bat here in the first of the third. Swings at the first pitch. Hits a fly ball into left field. Minosa goes toward the line, gets under it, and makes the catch and fouls down. 1 away. Bobby Richardson flies out to Minosa, who crossed the foul line to make the catch. Hector Lopez, who lined out to third in the first inning coming up. Red Sox leading the Indians 3-1 into 5 innings. Baltimore nothing. Detroit batting in the first inning. National League Cubs 3, Cincinnati batting in the first inning. Milwaukee leading the Cardinals 1-0 at the end of the first inning. Billy Pierce to the windup and the pitch to Lopez. In there, strike 1. 2-0 New York, first of the third. Now the pitch. Swung on, line to short. The ball dropped by Aparicio, picks it up, throws on to first, and still gets in. Lopez lined Aparicio, who dropped the ball, rolled a little bit away, but he recovered and still made the play in time to get Lopez. 2 down, and here's Mickey Mantle. Flied out to left field in the first inning. Pierce into the windup and the pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 delivery. Mantle cuts, fouls it back to the screen. Strike one. Mickey batting right-handed, of course. On the count. Now the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball into center field. Jim Landis under it and makes the catch. The side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 2.5 innings, New York 2, Chicago nothing. This ought to be a good time right now. It being a warm day in New York, we understand, to enjoy some of that Ballantine beer, the crisp Refresher. Ballantine gives you both lightness and flavor, the two things a beer must have to refresh. It's the light beer with true lager flavor. So treat your thirst to the crisp Refresher. Make the famous 3-ring sign and ask the man for a tall, frosty glass of Ballantine. Ballantine beer. We'll be televising tomorrow afternoon and the doubleheader on Sunday, as well as radioing it to many of the listeners. We do not televise into all the Home of Champions Network territories. The Yankees, after the day game tomorrow, a doubleheader Sunday, move on to Detroit and open up the series with the Tigers next Tuesday night. In the last half of the third, Jim Landis, hitting 8th in the order, leads off for the White Sox. Billy Pierce to follow, and then leadoff man Louis Aparicio. Art Ditmar into the windup. The pitch to Landis, swung on to high foul off first. Skowron moves over near the barrier and makes the catch. Against the barrier that surrounds the tarpaulin off the field boxes to the right of the Yankee dugout. One down, and Billy Pierce comes out of the dugout. Landis was hitting 226, Pierce 174. I get to laugh every time I think of those Parkers. Art Ditmar delivers to Billy. It's in there for a strike. Pierce is fair hitting pitcher. Ditmar getting the sign from Howard. I asked for it again. Into the windup, and the pitch to Pierce. He starts to bunt. It's in there for a strike. Ball got away from Howard. 2 strikes. I don't think he actually went through with his bunting motion. The pitch was in there anyway. No balls, 2 strikes. Ready? And the pitch is low and inside. A 1-2 count on Billy Pierce. Outfield shallow. Shaded toward left and center and left. Straightaway right. Maris a little deeper than the other 2 outfielders. 2-0 New York, last of the third. The 1-2 pitch to Pierce. He swings on it, grounds it to second. Richardson scoops it up, throws on to Skowron, and they're 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Now the leadoff man, Louis Aparicio. He grounded out to Boyer in the first inning. Phil Rizzuto will be coming over to sit in with you the rest of the way, starting with the 4th inning as we move over to the TV side, and he comes over to here. Ditmar up over the head twice, and the pitch is low, ball 1. Be a lot of folks operating out of here tomorrow. Chicago broadcast and telecast, our own broadcast and telecast. The 1-0 pitch to Aparicio is in there for a strike. A broadcast by the Mutual Network and telecast by NBC be sort of crowded around here tomorrow. The 1-1 pitch to Louis, swung on, grounded to third, and through Boyer. And then Aparicio is safe at first. Kubek ran over and backed up. The ball hopped through the legs of Fleet. And he's charged with an error. And that brings up Nelson Fox, hitting .274. He grounded to Boyer in the first inning. Of course, everybody's hollering for Aparicio to steal second. This early in the game, even though they trail, you might try and do that with 2 outs. Ditmar checks him. Throws to first, and Aparicio's back. Time call. Fox stepped out. Pretty hard to keep Aparicio from stealing. There's the stretch. There he goes. The pitch is taken and a throw down, and he's in there with a stolen base, his 16th. Well, everybody in the ballpark knew he might try it, and he did, and he succeeded. Puts Louis in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. Fox the batter. Ditmar to the stretch. And the pitch to Fox is inside. Ball 2. 2-0. Nothing count on Fox. Ditmar set. Here's the pitch. Fox swings and grounds it to second. Richardson up with it. Throws to Skowron, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. At the end of 3 innings, the Yankees 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. The White Sox no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. Fleet Boyer's home run in the second inning with Howard, who singled the board, giving the Yankees their 2-0 lead. There's one beer that delivers both lightness and flavor, and that's Ballantine beer. The light beer with true lager flavor. On the Ballantine scoreboard, the Red Sox lead the Indians 3-1 end of 6 innings. Sullivan and Hawkins. Williams got his 500th homer in the third of the 1 on. Baltimore-Detroit scoreless end of an inning. Walker and Larry. And they're pointing the sign on the scoreboard here about Williams' 500th homer. In the National League, Cubs 3, Cincinnati ready to bat. Grabowski and Newcomb. Milwaukee 1, Cards nothing end of 2. Brunette and Klein. No report on the Coast game. Now Phil's coming over. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. Roger Maris, who fly to center field. In the second inning, will be leading off for the Yankees. The Yankees lead 2-0. Foul back, strike 1. The Yankees scored 2 in the top of the second when Cletus Boyer homered with Elston Howard on base. Billy Pearson of the windup. Pitch to Maris, high inside. Ball 1, 1-1. On deck, Elston Howard. The 1-1 pitch is swung at a missed, strike 2. Maris went after a slider. Frank Crissetti coaching down at third. Ralph Houck at first. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch is inside, ball 2, 2-2. Full house here tonight at Comiskey Park. a little cool and crisp here in Chicago. The wind blowing off the lake. 2-2 pitch is fouled back on the screen. Count holds it 2-2. Here's the windup by Pierce. A ball hit high in the air to short left field. Minnie Minoso is moving in under it and makes the catch, and it's one away. Maris flies out to short left field. That brings up Elston Howard, who got the first base hit of the ball game with one out in the second inning and scored ahead of Boyer's homer. Howard had 3 of the 4 hits Bud Daly allowed the Yankees last night down in Kansas City. So Ellie snapping out of a mild slump. He had been 0 for 10 before those 3 hits. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1 at a high slider. The Yankees are a full game ahead of the Chicago White Sox. Tied with Cleveland for second place. A game and a half behind Baltimore. Ground ball in the hole, out to left field. Another base hit for Howard. That's 5 hits for Howard out of his last 6 times at bat. And that's the 4th hit off Pierce. And it brings up Bill Skowron, who flied high to left field in the second inning. Roy Severs not holding Howard close at first base, playing in back of the runner. Here's the stretch by Pierce. Pitch to the Moose, inside, ball 1. One away with the Yankees leading 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. The stretch, and the pitch is hit down the right field line, but it's curving foul and out of play. Now Smith chased it to the line. On deck, Cletus Boyer. Night is just now falling over the ballpark. It's been very light and very bright up to this inning. A ball popped foul. Lala chasing it. He can't reach it. It lands on the playing field and bounces into the stands, but it was not hit high enough to allow Lala time to get there. Moose hit it right off his fist. And there's the ball. Stays shooting up out of the ground. You know, when you're not prepared for that, it scares you. All of a sudden, this hole opens in the ground, and up comes the basket of balls. Umpire grabs a couple of handsfuls, and down it goes. One ball, 2 strikes on Skowron. Here's the stretch. Howard leads off first. The pitch is in the dirt. Lala picks it up after throwing off his mask, but Howard didn't go. 2-2 the count. The Moose has said many times that he would rather hit a curveball than a fastball. Pierce has been throwing him nothing but curves so far this time at bat. Here's the stretch. Another curve, this one low, and it's a full count on the Moose, 3-2. Howard looks over to Crissetti. Down, of course, doesn't have to look down. He's got to protect the plate with a 3-2 count. And now Severs moves over to the bag. Elston Howard, figuring that Ellie might be running on a 3-2 pitch. 1 out. Yankees leading 2-0, top of the 4th. Pierce steps back off the mound. Now he goes to the rosin bag. There's the stretch. The pitch is popped in the air to short center field. Landis moving in and makes the running catch. Howard, who is all the way down to second, has to hustle back to first base. Moose hit that one off his fist. So Pierce kept pitching him inside and finally got one and popped off his fist. Here's Cletus Boyer, who hit his second home of the year into the left field stands to account for the 2 Yankee runs. All right, here's Here's a stretch by Pierce. With 2 out, the pitch to Boyer is a curve low, ball 1. Boyer is now 12 for 50, and of those 12 base hits, 6 have been extra bases, 4 doubles, and 2 homers. So he's got the power. Eddie Lopez, who managed Boyer down at Richmond a couple of years ago, says he's got as much power to right and right center. He plays regularly. There's a strike, 1-1. During spring training, the Yankees worked on sidearm curves from the right-hand pitcher to Boyer. He had a weakness of stepping in the bucket. While he was playing in the spring, he started hitting good to right. Curve low, ball 2, 2-1. One thing you youngsters should remember, when you're weak on something, work on it. It's the only way you'll get better. 2-1 the count. Howard leads off first. The pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop. Aparicio over to Fox for the 4th play on Howard. And for the Yankees in the top of the 4th inning, no runs on 1 hit. No White Sox errors, 1 man left. The score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Yankees 2 and the White Sox nothing. With the Yankees leading 2-0, the White Sox will send up Minnie Minoso, Roy Stevens, and Gene Freese. Minoso bounced out to third in the first inning. Art Ditmar on the mound for the Yankees. Checks the sign from Elston Howard. Here's the windup. The pitch is in there, strike 1 call. Minoso was taking that pitch all the way. Wide open stance by Minnie, and that Crouch. Sidearm curve is hit on the ground. A base hit in the hole out to left field. Minoso takes a big turn at first base, but Lopez's throw into second base, and Minnie hustles back. And that's the second hit off Art Ditmar, and it brings up Roy Stevens, who walked in the second inning. First against Minoso. Ditmar steps back off the mound. Minoso has 9 stolen bases. Here's the stretch. The pitch is high, ball 1. Minoso didn't have much room to hit that ball between Boyer and Kubek as Tony was playing Minnie in the hole. Outfield deep around towards left on Stevens. Here's the stretch. Pitch is a ground ball up the middle, and out to center field, a base hit, and also lines second. Digging for third, and pulls up at third. Runners at first and third now, nobody out. And the batter is Gene Freese. Stevens did not hit that ball hard, but Kubek was playing Roy in the hole, and it went up the middle. Matter of fact, it stopped before the ball got to Mantle. So Roy Stevens is at first, Minnie Minoso at third, nobody out. The Yankees leading 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th, and the batter is Gene Freese, who bounced to the shortstop in the second inning. Right-hand hitting third baseman. That's pretty good power. Here's the stretch. Pitch is in there, strike call. On deck, Al Smith. Roy Stevens leading off first base. Minoso off third. Pitch is pop foul and back out of play. Strike 2. Checks the sign from Howard. Sets on the mound. Curve popped in the air to the left side in foul territory. Cletus Boyer moving under it and makes the catch. Gene Freeze fouls out to Boyer. Both runners hold. That's one away. And now the batter Al Smith, who singled to left field in the second inning. A big out for Art Ditmar and the Yankees, getting Gene Freeze. Yankee infield back in double play depth with the exception of Skowron, who's holding Stevens close at first. The pitch to Smith is high outside, ball 1. Field play Smith just about straight away. He hits all field. On deck is Sherman Lala. Yankees 2, White Sox nothing in the bottom of the 4th. Stevens at first, Minoso at third. Pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. It's a side-on curveball. Ditmar into the stretch position. Pitch is popped in the air. Cletus Boyer, the third baseman, coming under it in foul territory, makes the catch. And so with runners at first and third and nobody out, Art Ditmar got Gene Freeze and Al Smith, two tough hitters, to foul out to the third baseman. And Minnie Minoso came running home as Howard went out to the mound to talk with Ditmar. It was a heads-up play by Minnie. He did not see Howard ask for time. But Howard had turned around and asked plate umpire Larry Knapp. Minoso's on the ball. All right, 2 men are out. Here's Sherman Lala, who bounced to the third baseman in the second inning. Slow curve over, strike call. Pitch low outside, ball 1. Howard made a nice backhand chop of a low curve ball. Minoso bluffed coming home, and Howard bluffed to throw back, and Minnie really hustled back to third. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees 2, White Sox nothing, bottom of the 4th. Here's the stretch by Ditmar. Curve is hit on the ground at third. Boyer's up with it. The throw to second, and it's a high throw, and he's safe. He's safe at second as Cletus Boyer started to throw the ball to first base, decided he'd go to second base, and threw high and pulled Richardson off the bag. That'll be an error charged to Cletus Boyer, his second of the ball game. Minoso scores, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. After Art Ditmar had pitched very well, Boyer is charged with an error, and why Cletus did not go to first base, I'll never know. He had the right idea with a slow runner, Lala, going down. The ball was hit hard. Here's Jim Landis, who popped to first. Pops the ball into right center field. Mantle moving to his left. Coming under it. Makes the catch. And there is really a tough break for Ditmar. For the White Sox in the bottom of the 4th, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 Yankee error, 2 men left to score at the end of 4 innings. The White Sox trailing the Yankees 2-1. And now we pause for station identification.
Modern radio for the Capital District. This is WOKO 1460. Everybody's radio dial in the capital city of Albany, New York.
Well, a typical White Sox-Yankee ball game as we go into the top of inning number 5, with the Yankees leading 2-1.
Getting back to Boyer's play, one reason maybe why he didn't throw to first base. The Moose was a little late getting over there, so he did get over in time. He didn't start right away. Tony Kubek takes the curve over, strike one call. Not looking for anybody to put the blame on. It's just one of those things that comes up in a ball game. Curve on the outside corner, strike 2, 0-2. Kubek singled off Billy Pierce's glove in the second inning. 2-1, the Yankees lead, top of the 5th. Here's a 2-strike pitch. A liner right at Fox. One away. Boy, that was a solid line drive. Almost took Fox out to left field. Center field, rather. One away, and Art Ditmar coming out of the Yankee dugout. Ditmar struck out swinging in the second inning. One away, nobody on. Ditmar pops the pitch back and into the stands, out of play. One strike on Art. One strike pitch is fouled back on the screen, strike 2. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another windup. The left-hander's pitch is a curious accidental foul right in the Yankee dugout. Picked off the bat in front of the dugout. Picked up by Ralph Houk. The pitch is a ground ball. Aparicio's up with him back a second and throw to first in time for the out. And Louis took a base hit away from Art Ditmar. He really floats after that ball. 2 ways. Brings up Bobby Richardson. Bounce to short. Fly to left. This is pitch to Richardson. Is taken on the inside corner. Strike 1. Ball popped out of Lala's glove. The Yankees 2 and the White Sox 1. Top of the 5th inning. 2 out and nobody on. Slider inside. 1-1 to count. On deck, Hector Lopez. One pitch is a ground ball over Pierce's head and out to center field, a base hit. Aparicio Fox couldn't get that one. That split second base in half. Single to center for Richardson. Hit number 5 off Billy Pierce. And here's Hector Lopez. Line to third, bounce to short. Richardson leading off first base. Severs holding him on. The stretch by Pierce. The pitch is low, ball 1. On deck, Mickey Mantle. Here's the stretch by Pierce. Curve low, ball 2, 2-0. Larry Knapp calling balls and strikes. Pierce goes to the rosin bag. Lopez with his closed stance and severe crack. Here's the stretch. Throw to first base, Bobby back. Pierce stretches again. Ball popped in the air to center field. Jim Landis moving under it, waving his arms, and hauls it in for the third out. For the Yankees in the top of the fifth, no runs, 1 hit. No White Sox errors, 1 man left. Score at the end of 4.5 innings, the Yankees 2 and the White Sox 1.
You've heard it said that the best things in life are free. The sun, the moon, the stars, love, and constructive criticism. What about that family car? Not free, but certainly one of life's best things. A car is a special joy, particularly when it's performing well. Is yours? You know, lots of little things can throw it off. A weak spark plug or a dirty carburetor. Oh, yes, dirt gets in your carburetor, all right. Exhaust fumes and other air particles can escape your air cleaner and collect deposits along the carburetor walls, causing an improper mixture of air and gasoline. Stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste are common results. But this problem doesn't have to affect the performance of your car. For today, Atlantic Imperial Gasoline actually cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. Feel your engine could run a little bit smoother? Well, you use Atlantic Imperial Gasoline. It could be the answer.
Leading off for the White Sox in the bottom of the fifth is Billy Pierce, who bounced to second base in the third inning. Art Ditmar on the mound. Yankees 2, White Sox 1. First pitch to Pierce is in there. Strike called. Ditmar into the windup. Curve hit foul down the first baseline. Strike 2. Nothing in 2 to count. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Outside, ball 1. Yankees scored twice in the second inning on a 2-run homer by Boyer. White Sox scored 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Curve is fouled back in the upper deck. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ditmar's pitch is a curve foul back on the screen. Nice catch by one of the fans. Louis Aparicio on deck. Boy, how the Yankees or any team loves to keep him off the bases. Curve hit on the ground to the shortstop. Kubek. It bobbles it. Boots it. Picks it up. Throws to first. In time. Kubek put a little extra on that one. It kicked off his glove, then off his foot. Pierce was running down that line, but it stayed right at Kubek's feet, and he picked it up and fired the scour. And one away. Here's Aparicio. Bounced to third and reached on an error by Kubek. Rather, by Boyer. Cletus Boyer, usually sure-fingered, has made 2 errors tonight. Aparicio takes a pitch over strike 1 call. Boyer has to play in at third. In the event Louis tries to beat it out. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Ground ball is short. Kubek to Skowron in time, and boy, Aparicio almost beat that out. Boy, how he can fly down that line. Infielders have to hurry up their throws. 2 away. Here's Nellie Fox. Bounce to third, bounce to second. 2 out, nobody on. Third ball is over. Strike one call. Dittmar into the windup. There's a ground ball past Richardson into center field. A base hit. Mantle's up with it. And Fox takes a big turn. Mantle bluffs the throw to first. Fourth hit off Dittmar, and here comes Minnie Minoso, who bounced to third, single to left. He has scored the one White Sox run in the ball game. Minoso now has scored 37 times. He's tied with Aparicio for the team lead in runs scored. Fox at first with 2 outs. 2-1, the Yankees lead. Bottom of the 5th. Curve low, ball 1. Minoso leads the White Sox in RBIs with 38. Here's the stretch. Pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. Roy Seaver's on deck. Dittmar standing with his hands on his hips out at the mound. A little bit concerned about that last call. 2 balls, no strikes. Darren holding first base against Nellie Fox. Here's the stretch by Dittmar. Pitch is strike called on the inside corner, and Minoso didn't like that one. Then he had started a swing, had to check the swing, but Larry Knapp called it a strike. Remember, Minoso stands so close to the plate that sometimes he ducks away from an inside pitch that has part of the plate. That's how close he is. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Here's the stretch. Curve is fouled back on the screen. 2-2 the count. Nellie Fox leading off first base. 2-2 pitch. Slow curve. Popped in the air to the infield. Bill Scarron calling for it. And makes the catch between first base and the pitcher's box. For the White Sox in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no Yankee errors, 1 man left. Score at the end of 5 full innings. The Yankees 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The White Sox 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. After this Western trip, the Yankees return to New York to play the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers at Yankee Stadium on Monday night, June the 27th. And this will be your first chance to see such former Dodger favorites as Gil Hodges, Duke Snider, Charlie Neal, and the highly regarded newcomers like Frank Howard, Norm Locker, and Brooklyn Knight Tom Davis. Before the game, the New York chapter of the Baseball Writers Association will honor 1959 World Series star Larry Sherry when they present him with the Babe Ruth Award as the outstanding player of the last World Series. The Yankees' share of the receipts will be turned over to the promotion and development of Sandlot baseball in the greater New York area, and the Dodgers' share also will be designated for charity. There is great interest in this game between all rivals, so we suggest you buy your tickets now.
6th inning now. Jack Buck with you from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Tom Haller, who pinch hit for Campanis, goes behind the plate. It's a big game for the Dodgers. They can move into a tie with the Phillies in the National League standings. Phillies are currently 7th, but the Dodgers cannot gain on the Pirates, who are 6th. The Pirates won their game. And the Dodgers are 5 games behind Pittsburgh. So it looks like the first division clubs are going to be St. Louis, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Chicago, and Atlanta. Although the Pirates still have a chance to catch the Braves. The leadoff hitter for the Cardinals is Joe Haig. He's still looking for his first big league hit. Behind Juan Marshall, the Giants lead Atlanta 8-0. George Stone, who had been pitching very well for the Braves, not doing so well tonight. Haig with a long fly ball to right. Might be gone. Joe Haig has a home run for his first big league hit. Joe Haig, who blasted 23 at Tulsa, pops one out of here, ties the game 4-all in the 6th inning, steps on the plate, and his first major league hit was a home run beyond the 370 mark, and his teammates greet him in the Cardinal dugout. And he's a happy young man. Previously in this game, he'd popped out, grounded out, but now he homers. And the home run by Brock in the 5th, and now the home run by Haig ties the game, and the batter's Spezio. Fly ball, short right center, it's going to drop for a hit. A base hit for Spezio. And the Cardinals have the lead run on. And the Dodger bullpen goes to work in a hurry. Spezio swung from the heels, hit it off the end of the bat, and dropped a single into right center. Singer previously had allowed 10 home runs. Now Brock and Haig have gotten to him. The batter is Gagliano. Strike one. A 4-4 ball game in the 6th inning. The runner's going. Gagliano tried to bunt, missed the throw. Spezio's safe. And now he starts to go to second base, but returns. Starts to go to third. Spezio steals a base. It was a run and bunt play. Gagliano missed the ball. Spezio stole second as Haller threw the ball into the dirt. So the Cardinals have the lead run at second base. Joe Haig joins a list of quite a few players whose first big league hit was a home run. Gagliano swings, grounds it sharply to second. The runner goes to third, and Schofield is out at first. From Shirley to Boyer, 2 out. Ricketts walks toward the plate. McCarver has a batting helmet on, and he's selected a bat. Let's see who he's going to bat for. Runner now at third. That's the lead run with 2 out. Ricketts is going to bat for himself. Full wind-up by Singer in the pitch. And a bouncing ball to deep short. A long throw. He is out. The inning is over. Popovich throws him out. The Cardinals get only 1 run. On the home run by Joe Haig. Let's see if Ron Willis goes back to the mound. Willis will still be pitching. And the score is now the Cardinals 4 and the Dodgers 4.
Nowadays, we hear a lot of talk about how tight money is. As if anyone had to remind us how tight you have to be with a buck sometimes just to try to make ends meet. Well, even if you have a few extra coins to jingle, unexpected money problems do crop up, like doctor bills, car repairs, or the kids outgrowing those shoes. And there goes your spare cash. So if you're in need of a loan right now, call GFC and ask for friendly Bob Adams. The phone number, Main 14242. Bob and his GFC loan-by-phone teammates will help you handle your temporary cash needs with loans as little as $25 or as big as $2,000. So call friendly Bob Adams tomorrow, Main 14242, and you can pick up the loan at your neighborhood GFC office in Belleville, where you can borrow up to $5,000 by calling Adams 36511. That's Adams 36511. Remember, when you deal with GFC, there's no such thing as tight money. The GFC Loan Company.
We go to the home half of the 6th inning here in Los Angeles, and I see that Ted Simmons, the young catcher up from Modesto, is warming up Ron Willis. Red has indicated that he might catch Simmons tomorrow. His first big league game. Simmons' throw down to second base went into the outfield. Well, let me see. It's 9:53, 11:53. St. Louis, you have 7 more minutes to get your World Series ticket order postmarked. Right? You knew that all along, didn't you? Friday only. must be postmarked Friday, September 20th. Orders postmarked before Friday, September 20th will not be accepted, of course. And we hope you get what you want. Cardinals making every possible effort to come about with an equitable distribution of ducats for the Fall Classic, as they say. Here's Shirley leading off, bunting the ball foul. Bart Shirley trying to bunt his way on against Spezio, who's playing third. Foul the ball. He's hitting in the number 8 spot. People at this ballpark are great for throwing airplanes out of the upper deck, paper airplanes. The pitch and a bouncing ball near the bag at second, fielded by Gagliano. The throw, out, a dandy play by Gagliano and Joe Haig. Gagliano came in from a deep second base, fielded the ball while on the run, flipped underhanded, and Joe Haig, who is a left-handed thrower, by the way, reached out, grabbed the ball for the out. One gone in the 6th inning. Cardinals have made some outstanding fielding plays here tonight. The batter is Singer. This kid's a pretty good hitter, but nothing doing tonight. 0 for 2. He tried to bunt. Missed. Strike 1. On Singer, and the pitch. 1-1 as the pitch goes low. Oh, it's too bad the Cardinals didn't score another run in the 6th inning. That would have given Ron Willis a chance at a victory, and they might do so in the 7th if Ron holds them here, and he could be a winner. Low, ball 2, 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. 6th inning, ball game tied 4-all. Brock and Haig have homered for the Redbirds. I imagine you'll see some of Joe Haig. Pitch goes inside, ball 3. You'll see some of Haig when the Cardinals play at home next week. Tuesday and Wednesday nights, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. First the Phillies, then Houston. Strike call, 3-2. 17,888 here tonight. A lot of them lured by the presence of the Cardinals. The pitch is high, Singer walks. And that's 4 walks by Willis here in relief. Willis walked the pitcher. Wes Parker is the batter. He's had a great night. He lined out to right. He doubled and drove in a run. He also walked, and he made a brilliant catch in left field. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Singer at first, 1 out. A lead by the runner, the pitch to Parker. Base hit to right field. Singer makes the turn at second. Colin could throw him out. Colin's throw is on the money, but he's safe. And the other runner goes down to second. Singer never hesitated, went from first to third. Colin took a little time getting rid of the ball, then made a strong throw right on the button. With the left-handed batter Willie Davis coming up, the Cardinals have a pitcher in the bullpen. Mel Nelson was warming up. Dodger runs scored thus far in the game, charged to Steve Carlton, the starter. Willis pitched 3 2/3 innings. He's allowed no runs, but leaves men at second and third with 1 out. The base hit by Parker was the only hit off of Willis, who had 4 strikeouts, but also walked 4 men. And he walked the pitcher in this inning. He'd go to jail for something like that. And then out of the right field bullpen comes Mel Nelson. We're going to pause for identification as the relief pitcher gets ready. He's the 3rd Cardinal pitcher of the night. Carlton, Willis, and now Nelson. And this is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
Okay, Mike St. Louis, here's victory news from Panda Paint. Now, Victory Easy On latex wall paint in 20 colors in white. Regular $3.99, now just $2.99 a gallon. Save $1 a gallon now at your Panda Victory paint dealer. 1 minute past midnight.
Red Cheney brings Johnny Edwards in out of the bullpen and has him batting ninth. Ricketts is out of the ball game. He had 1 for 3 while he was in there. And Mel Nelson, the relief pitcher, is inserted into the number 8 spot in the batting order. So Edwards will lead off in the Cardinals' 7th inning. What will the score be? It's 4-4 now. And the Dodgers have a great chance to add to that score. The Cardinal infield is in on the left side, deep on the right side. And Willie Davis, who has struck out once in the ball game and singled once, is at the plate. 1 for 3. Full windup by Mel Nelson. There's a high fly ball to right. That'll get a run home. It's going to be caught by Tolan near the line. Singer tags up, and both runners advance as Tolan throws into second base. That makes the score 5-4, and the Dodgers lead. The run is charged to Willis. A sacrifice fly for Willie Davis. That's only his 30th run batted in of the year. Parker went from second to third as Singer scored. Dodgers lead 5-4, and the batter is Bill Sudeikis. The rookie third baseman has a double tonight. He also walked. $17,888 paid here tonight. They've seen a lot of action in a long game, which is now 2 hours old. But that's all right. Parker, the runner at third with 2 out. 2 strikes on the hitter. The pitch is grounded to third to Spezio. Eddie has it and throws it to first. He's out as Joe Haig danced to the backside of the bag to take the throw. 5-3 to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 1 walk, 1 left. The Dodgers have stranded 7. At the end of 6, they lead the Cardinals 5-4.
You know, a lot of people think the only right time to borrow money is when they're saddled with a lot of unexpected bills. Now, that simply isn't true. The people at GFC, like friendly Bob Adams, your loan by phone specialist, have helped hundreds of your friends and neighbors with loans for useful purposes, loans that save the family money in the long run. Now, such a loan might be for refinancing the family's indebtedness, reducing big monthly payments down to a manageable size. So if you're a little short of cash because of high monthly car payments or personal debts, call friendly Bob at Main 1-4242. He and his GFC teammates will be happy to help you loosen up that tight budget. For a loan of $25,000 to $2,000, call tomorrow, Main 1-4242. Bob will start arrangements so you can pick up your money with the least possible delay at your GFC office. In Granite City, where you can borrow up to $5,000 by calling Triangle 76666. At GFC, your money needs are their business. That's Main 1-4242. The GFC Loan Company.
This here ball game goes into the 7th inning. This here now ball game goes into the 7th inning now. And it's 5-4 Dodgers, with Edwards leading off, Brock and Davis to follow. Bill Singer on the mound for the Dodgers. He's gone all the way. Have you ever been a guest at the world's biggest brewery? Anheuser-Busch, right in St. Louis. Don't worry about red tape. It's very simple. Place is south on Broadway at Pestalozzi Street. The time, 9:30 in the morning to 3:15 in the afternoon, any day but Sunday. Guided tours all day long. Ending up in our hospitality Rathskeller with your choice of Busch, Michelob, or Budweiser. All you have to do is show up and enjoy it very much. Johnny Edwards, who appeared in the ball game in the last half inning, batting in the number 9 spot, leads off. First pitch, ball 1. The pitch up the middle, and a base hit into center field for Johnny Edwards. Singer took a swipe at that ball and missed it. It bounced on through into center field for a leadoff hit. Cardinals about hit the Dodgers 9-8. Lou Brock is the batter, and the Dodger bullpen is again busy. Jim Brewer, a left-hander. left-handers warming up. Tom Haller, the catcher, goes to the mound to talk to Singer. That gives the bullpen hurler more time. Edwards and the Cardinal coach Dick Sisler talk it over. Ken Boyer playing first base, eavesdropping. Singer took a couple of practice pitches. The ball deflected off his bare hand. He's all right. Here's Lou Brock. He singled, stole a base, and scored. He singled again. Then he homered in the fifth, his first home run since the 28th of June. That's the tying run at first with nobody out. Brock trying for his fourth hit of the night. Strike call. Sudeikis coming in at third, but Brock gave no indication of bunting. Edwards a short lead. Lou Brock takes it on the outside corner, strike two, and strolls away from the plate. Didn't like the call. Lou seldom gives the umpires any heat. Strike two, the count. His hits tonight put Lou over the 280 mark. Roger Maris is swinging a bat down in the Cardinal dugout. A lead by Edwards. Brock strikes out. Lou Brock chased a high pitch and fanned. 7 strikeout for Singer. It's the first time he's retired Lou. Ron Davis, who has struck out 3 times, is called back. And Roger Maris comes out to hit here in the 7th inning. Roger making his last swing around the National League cities.
For Davis, number 9, Roger Maris.
Roger Maris is applauded by most as he comes to the plate, booed by a few because he broke Babe Ruth's record. Comes to the plate with a tying run at first and 1 out. Maris' last home run came in Houston. He has 5 for the year. A lead by Edwards. The pitch from Singer, outside and low, ball 1. We're in the top of the 7th inning, and the Cardinals need a run to get back in. Ron Willis stands to be the loser if the score stays as is. Maris grounded into left field. A base hit for Maris. Edwards will stop at second base as Roger came off the bench and singled sharply into left field. 2 on, 1 out. Walter Alston comes out of the Dodger dugout with Bobby Tolan due up. He may make a move and bring in the left-hander Jim Brewer out of the bullpen. 10 hits off of Singer now. Orlando Cepeda picks out a bat. I bet Yankees wishes he had a bench like that every night. Carver, Edwards, Cepeda, Flood, Maris, Maxville, Javier. New pitcher for the Dodgers, and so both starters depart from this game.
Coming in a bit, Dodgers.
Jim Brewer coming in. This guy is a real workhorse for Los Angeles. He has a record of 7-3. In addition, he has saved 9 games. Thus, he's been involved in 16 Dodger wins. And this is the 51st time he has appeared this season. Jim Brewer into the ballgame, and Bill Singer leads. Singer pitched 6 1/3 innings. Allowed 4 runs and leaves 2 men on. He allowed 10 hits. He struck out 7. And he walked 1. Singer started the the evening with a record of 12 and 15. He could be the winner. He also stands a chance of being the loser if the Cardinals score these two men here in the seventh inning. Edwards at second, Maris at first. Maris and Boyer visiting down there. And Kurt Flood is going to be the pinch hitter for Bob Tolan. So Red wanted to rest some of his fellows tonight, but didn't turn out that way. He has an obligation of, one, trying to keep the ball club in a winning frame of mind, and two, to try to his best to determine the finish for the second division ball clubs, i.e. the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Mets, who, by the way, won a doubleheader tonight. It was announced earlier this evening that Walter Alston, the manager of the Dodgers, will be back next year, and that'll be his 16th season managing the Dodgers. Kurt Flood batting for Bob Tolan. Tolan had 2 out of 3 while he was in there. A couple of singles, 2 runs batted in, and he also lined out to left. Flood needs a hit. He takes a strike. Left-hander Jim Brewer on the mound. We're in the seventh inning, and the Cardinals trail 5-4. They have the tying run at second, the lead run at first. Outfield about straight away for Kurt. He takes it up. Ball 1. 1-1. The pitch from Brewer on the way to Flood, and a screwball is fouled back. You can see that ball really move as it approached the plate. Breaking away from the right-handed hitter, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brewer trying to save it for Bill Singer. And a strike called, and Flood is called out on strike. Flood really moaning about the call. The pitch was down around the knees. Pellicutis called him out, and that is the second out of the inning. Flood unhappily strolls away from the plate, and Haig will bat for himself. Two on, 2 out. Edwards started the inning with a single. Brock struck out. Maris singled. Singer left. Brewer came in. Fanned Flood. Pitches to Haig. Joe popped to third, grounded to second, and then got his first big league hit in the 6th inning. And it was a home run into the seats and right. Hitting against the left-hander now. He takes the ball. Haig needs a hit to tie it up, an extra base hit to put the Cardinals out in front. A check on the runners and the pitch to the plate. Curveball, fly ball, short right. It's going to be caught by Savage. He has it. The inning is over. Haig flied to right. And the Cardinals fail to catch the Dodgers in the 7th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. The Cardinals have left 6. The Dodgers have left 7. And it's 7th inning stretch time for the crowd of 17,888. The score with the Dodgers coming to bat in the 7th inning is Los Angeles 5 and the Cardinals 4.
Consider the bubble. As elusive and insignificant as it may appear, it's very important when it comes to brewing beer. Bubbles give beer its life. Bubbles give beer its sparkle. When a bubble dances to the top of the glass and bursts, it releases flavor. Let a beer go flat, and the flavor goes flat. It stands to reason that a beer with better bubbles will be a better beer. The bubbles in Busch are inbrewed, slowly and naturally. Busch is the only popular-priced beer in America with inbrewed carbonation. It makes a smoother, better-tasting beer for you. Busch, the best popular-priced beer in America. And we can prove it.
Mel Nelson is on the mound for the Cardinals. He finished up in the 6th inning. Kurt Flood goes into center field, replacing Ron Davis, and Roger Maris goes into right, replacing Bob Tolan. Johnny Edwards, who took over behind the plate in the last inning is catching Nelson, and the leadoff hitter is Ken Boyer. Boyer's 1 for 3 tonight, a single and a run batted in. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, low ball 1. We're the Dodgers' 7th. Cardinals led at one time in the first inning, tied the game in the 6th, but trail now 5-4. Boyer takes ball 2 outside. Nelson is the third Cardinal pitcher. 4 runs off of Carlton and 1 off of Ron Willis. Willis will be the loser unless the Cardinals catch them again. Nelson pitching to Boyer, Savage and Popovich will follow. Ground ball to short, big hop to Schofield. Over to Haig, 1 out. Boyer is 1 for 4 as he grounds out to start the 7th inning. Ted Savage is up. He's singled, struck out, and walked. Cardinals have out-hit the Dodgers 10-8 in the game. Dodgers have made the game's only misplay. It did not figure into the scoring. Dodgers came up with 3 runs in the 2nd inning. Really pounded Steve Carlton. Carlton pitched less than 2 innings, gave up 4 runs and 7 hits. Savage takes a ball. A paper airplane floats from the upper deck down to the playing field. A big hand for the paper airplane. Savage waiting. He went around on a bad ball inside that makes it 1-1. Danny Ozark coaching at third base, where Preston Gomez used to be. Gomez will manage San Diego next year. Jim Gilliam is the first base coach. Savage takes a ball. The Dodgers announced today that they've hired Dixie Walker as the hitting coach. There's a swing and a foul at the feet of the catcher, Edwards. 2-2 to Ted Savage. Cardinals have the edge over the Dodgers for the year, 9 games to 6. This 3-game series will end it between the two. Play here again tomorrow afternoon. Ted Savage fouls another ball out of play, and that makes it 2-2. Larry Jaster will be the Cardinal pitcher tomorrow against Claude Osteen. Sunday, Don Sutton against Bob Gibson. A swing and a miss and a curveball got Ted Savage as he chased a bad ball inside. Noel Nelson is retired 4 in a row. 2 out in the inning, and the hitter, Popovich. This Nelson might figure a bit in the World Series. He probably has been the best long relief man the Cardinals have had on their pitching staff. Popovich is up looking for his first hit. He swings and misses. The Cardinals in the 8th send up Spezio, Gagliano, and Schofield. There's a tap back to the mound. Nelson has to wait for it, then throw. He's out. The inning is over. Nelson sets him down in order. He's retired 5 in a row, and at the end of 7 innings, the score is still the Dodgers 5 and the Cardinals 4.
If you're a choosy tire buyer, buy your tires where you get the best choice. The wide selection of values at your B.F. Goodrich store will be available for just 1 more week. Simply find the tire that fits your kind of driving, and you'll find a price that fits well with your budget. Tires for smaller cars, medium cars, larger cars. Tires for small budgets, medium budgets, larger budgets. B.F. Goodrich, tough, long mileage tires for safer, low-cost driving. And while you're saving on tires, save on time as well. Now, for a limited time only, you can pick up a Westclock's Tour Alarm 2 alarm clock for only $2.99. An outstanding value. So if you're a choosy tire buyer, hurry down and make your choice. 13 convenient B.F. Goodrich locations in Greater St. Louis. In Overland, see Floyd's Auto and Home at 8644 St. Charles Rock Road and ask for Jack Bordeaux.
station identification. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
KMOX St. Louis, it's time to get the Pontiac you've always wanted. Barton's bargains are irresistible. See Barton Pontiac, 9001 West Florissant, St. Louis County's largest Pontiac dealer. 1227.
Carry at Dodger Stadium. Eddie Spezio leads it off now in the 8th inning. Cardinals trail by a run. First pitch is in there, a strike call. Jim Brewer, who's done a great job all year long in relief. He's won 7, he's lost 3, and he has saved 9. Now the pitch. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Up, fumbles it, and Spezio is safe. An error on Popovich. So there's a break to start the 8th. Spezio's ground ball hit over near second base, hit only medium speed, was fumbled by Paul Popovich. Here's Gagliano now with a runner at first and nobody out. That's a tying run over there. Dick Schofield will be next. Jim Brewer getting ready. The pitch, he's going to bunt. Bunts foul for a strike. 1 strike and no ball. The Tigers won their 9th in a row tonight. Their 100th game of the season. 17,888 paid here this evening. It'll be Ladies' Day here tomorrow. The game will be televised nationally. And it'll be Claude Osteen against Larry Joster. Now the pitch. There goes a runner. There's a flag. They're going to get him, maybe. He's easily out. Apparently, that was supposed to be a hit and run. And Spezio, who represented a tying run, was thrown out 20 feet. 1 ball, 1 strike now, and Gagliano. Here's the pitch. A bouncing ball to the third baseman. Nice play. Sudeikis throws. He's out. Beautiful play. Boy, Sudeikis charged that ball, fielded on the short hop right on the bag, and threw off balance across the diamond. That kid looks like quite a ball player. He's going to be around a long time. Bill Sudeikis from Joliet, Illinois. Here's Schofield. He'll hit right-handed against Jim Brewer. The pitch. And it's a curveball, low and inside. Johnny Edwards stayed in the ball game after pinch hitting, and so did Roger Maris. Now the pitch swung. There's a long drive. Way back. Might be out of here. He's got a chance near the wall. It's curving. It's a foul ball. 5 inches. Listen to the crowd. Missed the yellow pole no more than an inch. And the third base umpire, Shag Crawford, was down the line, keeping a close perspective on it. Just barely to the foul side. Naturally, if it hits the foul pole, it's a home run. It's a very low fence out there, too, by the way. 1 ball, 1 strike on Schofield. Here's Jim Brewer getting ready. The pitch. He swung and he missed a bad ball. 2 strikes and a ball. Schofield lined to left, walked, and bounced out. 2 strikes and a ball. Right-handed hitter digging in. Now the pitch. He struck him out as he threw his bat. Schofield goes down swinging. No hits, no runs. 1 error, nobody left. We go on the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers 5, the Cardinals 4.
The motor oil you put in your car's engine is very important. A lot more important than keeping the oil level above the add 1 quart line. You see, a good motor oil should do many things, such as exceed all car manufacturers' specifications, meet new car warranty requirements, improve mileage and acceleration. Your motor oil should also give better protection at higher operating temperatures, have the features of a heavy 40-weight oil with the easier starting quality of a 10-weight, be suited for all types of driving, interstate or city, and to top it all off, sell for a reasonable price. Now, that's a lot to ask of one motor oil. But there is one that does all of these things. It's new DX Distance Supreme, an entirely new, improved motor oil developed especially to meet the demands of today's tougher car engines. Get new DX Distance Supreme 10W40 motor oil from Sunray DX, the oil company known by the customers we keep.
We go to the bottom half of the eighth inning, 5-4 in favor of the Dodgers, who've been out-hit 10-8. The Dodgers have made 2 errors, 8 hits, 5 runs. The Cardinals, no errors, 10 hits, but only 4 runs. Not only that, among the 10 hits, the Cardinals have had 2 homers. But still, they trail by a run.
Haller.
Here's Tom Haller to lead it off. Jim Campanis started. Now the pitch by Mel Nelson, swung on, popped up, short center, Gagliano going out, calling for the ball, and makes the catch. Haller on the first pitch, pops to Gagliano. Tom Haller, who used to be with the Giants, is the leading hitter of the Dodgers with a .290 average. And he leads his team in runs batted in with 49. There's Bart Shirley, the second baseman. He's had 1 out of 3. All the damage in this game was done against Steve Carlton. He allowed 4 runs in the first 2 innings before Ron Willis came in to stop them in the second. And yet Carlton will not be the loser. Here's the pitch. Swung and foul back. The Cardinal relief pitching has allowed him only 1 run in the next 6 innings. Carlton allowed 4 runs in less than 2 innings. Yet, because the Cardinals came back to tie, the 1 run which was charged to Ron Willis would make him the loser at this moment. Here's a pitch to Shirley, and it's high. That, of course, is one of those inconsistencies of scoring that are hard to justify, but that's the way they are. 2 strikes and the ball, the pitch to Shirley. A bouncing ball to Spezio. In fast, he throws in time for the out. From Spezio to Haig. Joe Haig making his major league debut. Has certainly been impressive enough. His first big league hit was a home run that tied the game in the 6th. Here's Jim Brewer now, the pitcher. 2 out and nobody on. Nelson is retired, 7 in a row. The pitch, swung on, ground ball. Spezio's got it, hop, skip, and throw. Brewer is out. So it's 1-2-3, nothing across. At the end of 8, the Dodgers 5, the Cardinals 4.
Every time you open a bottle of Busch, you open up a whole world of pleasure. Busch is the best popular priced beer in America, and we can prove it. Visit the Anheuser-Busch Brewery and see for yourself the extra pains we take to give Busch its creamy head, its sparkling clarity, its full, fresh flavor. Busch, the best popular priced beer in America, and we can prove it.
We go into the top of the 9th. Orlando Cepeda is going to lead it off as a pinch hitter. He'll be batting for the pitcher, Mel Nelson. Nelson certainly did his job. He relieved 3 2/3 innings, or rather 2 2/3 innings. And he retired 8 men in a row. One of the men he retired hit a sacrifice fly that accounted for the lead run.
Orlando Cepeda.
University of Miami in college football beat Northwestern 28-7 tonight in Miami. All right, here's Cepeda getting a big hand from the crowd. Cardinals trail by a run. We're in the 9th. Cepeda hitting .248. First pitch by Brewer. It's a fastball, low and outside. Cepeda's had 16 homers, 70 runs batted in. He has stolen 8 bases, by the way. Right-hand hitter digging in. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's Brewer getting set. The pitch to Cepeda. It's high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Cardinals trailing by a run. Their last chance here in the ninth. Jim Brewer delivers. Strike, a slider caught the inside corner. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Cepeda waits. The outfield deep. Brewer's pitch. Bouncing ball. Sudeikis can't reach it. Popovich does and throws it out from deep short. Good play by Paul Popovich. Here's Johnny Edwards, the catcher. He singled in the 7th. It's 5-4 in favor of the Dodgers, who can move into a 7th place tie with a victory. Now the pitch, and it's a slider outside. That might not sound like anything, but just a couple of weeks ago, they were dead last. That will tie the Phillies for 7th. Here's a pitch swung on. Foul ball out of play. Into the left field corner, evens it up. The Phillies and the Dodgers each will have won 72 and lost 83. Now the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Johnny Edwards up there. 1 out in the 9th. Cardinals trailing 5-4. Here's Brewer getting set. The pitch. Popped up. In the short center. Shirley, the second baseman, is there, and he has it. Edwards popped to Shirley. That's 2 out, and here's Lou Brock, who homered in the 5th. Brock has had 3 out of 4 tonight. Stole a base, singled twice, and homered. Struck out his last time up. Signal given. Singer would still be the winner of this game. Now the windup and the pitch. It's a strike, a curveball. 1 strike, no ball. Jim Brewer with another sterling relief job. Now the pitch, sidearm fastball low. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. Maris will be up there next. Brewer hasn't allowed a hit. The only base runner against him, safe on an air. Jim Brewer ready. Has his sign. Pitches now to Brock. Here it is. There's a long drive, center field. Willie Davis back. He's there. Dodgers win. 5-4. As Brock fly deep to Davis at the warning track in left center. And Jim Brewer, tremendous job in relief. And Bill Singer picks up the victory. And the Dodgers edge the Cardinals 5-4. We'll be back with the totals in a moment.
You've all heard the saying, money can't buy everything. But just the same, there are plenty of necessary things in life it will buy. And the folks at GFC, like Bob Adams, your friendly loan-by-phone specialist, are old pros at helping you stay on your financial feet when the going gets rough. So if you've got money problems that only money can solve, like unexpected medical bills, a family car that refuses to run, or maybe new school clothes for the kids, just call friendly Bob Adams at Main 1-4242. Bob and his GFC teammates will help you out with loans ranging anywhere from $25 to $2,000. So call Bob tomorrow at Main 1-4242. Then you can pick up your money at your convenience at your GFC office. in Granite City, where you can borrow up to $5,000 by calling Triangle 76666. Remember, Friendly Bob at Main 1 4242, the GFC Loan Company, when you need the things that money can buy.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, who have won 13 out of 17 since September the 3rd, moving into a 7th-place tie by knocking off the pennant-winning St. Louis Cardinals 5-4. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Dodgers. Bill Singer is credited with the victory. He has won 13 and lost 15. For the Cardinals, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Ron Willis is the loser. He now has won 2, lost 3. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 42 minutes. This is one of those games where the pitcher who did all the damage, had all the damage done against him, doesn't get charged with the defeat. Carlton was KO'd, allowed 4 runs in the first inning and 2/3. Willis came on and did a fine job, allowing only 1 hit in 3 2/3 innings. But that 1 hit led to the run to put the Dodgers ahead, and thus Willis was the loser. Then Nelson came on and pitched 2 2/3 perfect innings, retiring 8 men in a row. But the damage had been done. The game was marked by the first home run in the Major League career of Joe Haig, playing his first game at first base. He homered tonight against Bill Singer. So that's it. Now tomorrow afternoon we'll be on the air. The game will be nationally televised, including St. Louis. We'll be on the air with the Dugout Show at 3 o'clock tomorrow. It is a 1:15 game here in Los Angeles, which will be 3:15 St. Louis time. My Dugout interview will be heard over these stations at 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time. This broadcast was authorized. By the way, Jack will have all the other baseball scores coming up for you over most of these stations in a moment. Following that, locally, we'll present an interview with Wes Parker, who is one of the stars in the Dodgers' victory here tonight. This broadcast authorized under rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and account of this game without the express consent of the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated is prohibited. Now, to greet you with the Dugout Show in a few minutes. Speaking for our engineer, Beaton, our producer, our chap, George Buck. This is Harry Carey wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. From Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, where 17,888 paid to see the Dodgers continue their fine play of late, edging the St. Louis Cardinals 5-4. See you later. So long, everybody.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Has been brought to you by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Michelob, Budweiser, and Busch. Visit our St. Louis brewery and see what makes them America's first family of beers. And by the GFC Loan Company. You can borrow from $25,000 to $2,000 with a phone call to Bob Adams. And by Sunray DX Oil Company and your DX dealer, who prove to you why Sunray DX is the oil company known by the customers we keep. Brought to you through the facilities of KMOX and Sports Network Incorporated.
You tune to KMOX, the sports voice of Mid-America.
Depend on the pro who knows, the man from General American.
He knows how important it is for a young man on his way up in the business world to protect his family in case something should happen to him. General American Life has tailor-made programs, especially with the young professional's future in mind. They can buy large dollar amounts of low-cost temporary life insurance to fit their present income.
There's more to know from the General American Pro.
As income grows, this coverage can be converted to permanent insurance with increasing cash value. The General American Pro can help you evaluate your needs and help you determine how much insurance is enough for you.
Depend on the pro who knows, the man from General American.
Get to know a General American pro like Richard Rosenthal. Contact him in Garfield 10404.
If you haven't been to the Clayton Inn restaurant for a while, you're in for a real treat. An all-new menu features savory dishes such as beef stroganoff, broiled lobster tails, and roast duckling. And the service is superb. A new late supper menu has just been added for that snack after the game or theater. In fact, they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. The Clayton Inn restaurant has just been redecorated, and the pleasant atmosphere will add to the enjoyment of your meal. Next time you're going out to eat, remember the Clayton Inn restaurant at the beautiful Clayton Inn, the elegant hotel in Clayton.
Harry Carey. Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from down on the field here at Dodger Stadium to present our star of the game, and he will be left fielder, first baseman Wes Parker of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's over there with Jerry Doggett on the Los Angeles program on their star of the game at the moment. Be over here in just a couple of seconds. Wes is a sparkling first baseman and also plays a tremendous outfield. Tonight he played in left field, got a big double that drove in a run on the 3-run second inning, and then it was his base hit into right field that actually set up the winning run a little bit later on in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers have been red hot. They've won 13 out of their last 17 ball games, and they've done it all with a bunch of kids playing, and I guess they're probably wondering why they didn't do it earlier. But it's pretty hard to evaluate and to judge as to ball games that are played at this time of the year. The incentives, of course, aren't the same as they were earlier when everybody was more or less in the race. And this, of course, always has to be taken into consideration. Here's Wes coming over here now, a fine young man and an outstanding ball player. He's having himself a busy evening all night long. Wes, congratulations on another fine ball game.
Another fine ball game.
Well, every time I see you, you're playing well.
Well, I've had my problems, but tonight was certainly gratifying.
You switched from first base to left field. Does that bother you in any way?
It did at the start, Harry, but I've been doing it all year now, and I think I've gotten used to it. But it certainly does bother you for a while.
I was wondering whether what effect it might have on your hitting, because concentration is such an important thing there. You know, not knowing where you're going to play, what it might do to you.
This is true. I would say, though, that I would hit better probably in the outfield because there's less to think about and less to be concerned about.
You're a funny hitter to analyze. When we see you, you hit line drives, you hit the ball wherever it's pitched, you look like a real good hitter, and then you look at your average and it's down. What happened?
Harry, it's a real good question. I think it's just a matter of being a kind of a streak hitter, and you've probably caught me when I'm having my good streaks. Now, the Cincinnati Reds were in here last night, and Popovich had a great series for 3 games against them. And Bristol said in the paper, the Reds manager, that to him, Paul Popovich is an all-star shortstop because this guy plays great ball against the Reds. And I just wish I could play against the rest of the league like I've done a few times against you.
Yeah. I guess it's been a disappointing year for the Dodgers, and yet now, the last couple of weeks, I think you've won something like 13 out of your last 17.
Yes, we have. We've done real well, Harry, lately, and it is gratifying. Of course, it has been a disappointing season, but this is kind of taking the sting out of it, at least for now. And naturally, next year we would hope to come back and maybe unseat you fellows a little bit.